improvement 2 years ago, but not in the win column. How improvement, especially to reinforce to these guys, was it to not only have that improvement on the practice field and the film room, but also in the win column?
You can keep telling players they're getting better, they're making progress. Until you win games, it's not tangible. And that's where, as you get to year 3, it becomes really important. We had been in some really close games in 15, but it's a small margin. Last year, we won 6 games that were one-score games in the fourth quarter, and we lost 3 others. So it could have been a 1-win, it could have been a 10-win, but we didn't turn it over. We played smart, and it just finally getting back to a bowl, winning that game. Our kids just they're a much more confident group. And what happens is, because of that, now they want to invest even more because they feel like, okay, they're getting some positive feedback from all that work they've put in.
As a guy whose career has basically been built around fixer-upper opportunities, how does this situation and this progression compare to some of your others that you've been in?
I would say in some ways it's most similar to Fordham. That at Richmond we inherited probably a pretty talented, there was a really good freshman class that came in that was already recruited, and we had a few difference makers. We had a quarterback that you could kind of ride some guys. This one has been more, especially on offense, you're starting from scratch. Defensively, we inherited some good players, but everyone's a little bit different, but there's a kind of a similar ebb and flow to all of them. You first start seeing the players get stronger, and you start seeing them run faster 40s, and then their GPAs go up, and then they miss less class. And there just becomes an accountability in your program that accountability carries over to Saturdays and game days. They block the right person, they blitz the right gap, they cover the right person, they hit the right thing in the zone blitz. And that's very much a Wake Forest way. So we're a place that we need to do things right.
You talked about the strength of the Atlantic. Of course, each year you have your common crossover. This year you have a new one in Georgia Tech. What kind of problem do they pose for you on the schedule?
They're a 9-win team that runs a pain-in-the-neck offense. So, they're good. Paul's done a great job there, and they're coming off of a 9-win year. He's got a lot of good players back. I'm sure they'll be picked, 1, 2, or 3 in the Coastal. It's just that offense is always a challenge to get ready for.
The schedule just gets tougher then for you.
Yeah, we go from, we're at Notre Dame this year. They're back on the schedule. And then even, App had App was a 10-win team a year ago, and we go to them. So we're better, but we better be better because the schedule's tough.
Both your quarterbacks go down last year. Mm-hmm. How unusual of a situation is that, and where do they stand now, and how do you plan on using them?
Right now they're both healthy. We're going to let them compete for it. Kendall's going to go in as the starter, but we're going to give John a lot of reps with the ones. But yeah, that was really where I was proud of our team last year, is we improved and made great progress, and our first and second quarterback were lost. Our best player on offense, Cam Serenay, basically had a hamstring the whole year. We dealt with an off-the-field scandal, and with all that stuff going on, we still got better. So if we could just get a few breaks now and stay healthy, who knows what we could have done.
Because of the differences in style, do you see Kendall and John both, contributing, or do you want to go with one?
Those two, and they hate it when I say this to them, they have yet to show that they can stay healthy for 3 or 4 games in a row. So, I've met with both of them, and we talked to them about the competition, what's going on, and, Coach, we think there should be one quarterback. Yeah, I do too. Which one of you two has stayed healthy 3 games in a row? It's not like philosophically whether we want to do it or not. Until you guys show you can, we've got to continue to invest in both of you, because neither of you is 6'5", 240 pounds and has people bounce off you when they blitz. And so, we're not doing this to try to appease both of them. We got to get them both ready, and we got to get Jamie Newman ready.
So how much of importance do you put on protecting those guys too up front? To do a better job of blocking.
We've gotten better up front. You can break down sacks, and sacks happen for different reasons. Few of our sacks last year were because an O-lineman got beat. at times it was a back. At times the quarterback held onto the ball too long. At times, so 2 years ago, a great majority of the sacks were we got beat up front. So, there's other reasons, and part of it is those guys sometimes just need to get rid of the football. That 3rd and 4, sometimes 4th and 4 in a punt is better than running around and going backwards and taking those extra hits when the play's dead. And to their credit, they're both competitors, but they need to take smart chances. And at times, they've held onto the ball too long.
On the defensive side, you expect, even though you lost a really good coordinator, can that defense be just as good this year?
Yeah, every year's different. We lost a really good defensive coordinator. We lost Ryan Javion. We lost a draft pick in Markel Lee. We lost Thomas Brown, who's with the New Orleans Saints. We lost Brad Watson, who's with the San Diego Chargers. We lost Josh Banks with the New York Giants. So, we've lost 5 really good players, and 4 of them are in the NFL right now. So now, do we still have good players? Yes. I think Duke Ejiofor is one of the elite defensive ends in all of college football. I think Jabari Williams is set to really have a breakout season for us. Jesse Bates is one of the best safeties in the ACC. Now if Cam Glenn is healthy and Grant Dawson can have a good year, and we keep Demetrius Kemp healthy and Boogie Basham comes on and we got Zeke Rodney back, now we got some pretty good players there. And Jay can get them lined up. We'll be a little bit different, but he knows what he's doing. And he'll use our players. To me, where we've got to make progress is we've always won games the same way, with the exception of the bowl game. All of our good wins were 17-14 or 3-0, or we need to have an offense that's capable of winning a 35-31 game. And what was so exciting with the bowl game was we were healthy. We were dealing with no outside distractions, and we scored 31 points and a half, and it's the number 2 defense in the country.
Dave, you recruited a wide receiver in Sage Surratt who set all these North Carolina high school records. Which of his skills do you think kind of translate to the college game, and long term, how do you see him?
Great. We're really excited about him. He's really smart. He's the valedictorian, the North Carolina State Player of the Year in football and basketball. He's got really good ball skills. He's got a physical presence to him. I think in time he'll give us a physical mismatch on the perimeter, and he's going to pick up things quickly. And so, we like to redshirt. I don't know if we're going to be able to redshirt him. He's a guy that, if he picks things up quickly, as smart as he is, as good as his hands are, if we have any injuries at all, he might have to play early. But
Tim was talking about so many offseason trapping game weight. Now that seems to be, he's at the weight he needs to be to tight end. How can his development be different than one every year where he can focus on those?
I just think that he is now at a spot that, really his first 2 years for us, he was a receiver playing tight end and put up big numbers and got open, but was not a good point of attack blocker or couldn't hold up in protections. And I think that frustrated him, and he almost overcompensated and said, I need to get bigger, I need to get stronger. And he just put on too much weight too quickly, and he had hamstring issues. And I think right now he's in that perfect spot, that he's at the right weight, he can still run, he's got flexibility, he hasn't lost strength, and we just got to keep him healthy. If he's healthy, he's a difference maker.